What do you think that moment did to you? Was it more like helpful or hurtful?
You mean as far as saying I was King R&B?
Yeah.
I think it was helpful. You know, it's pros and cons. You know, you have your good and bad, but most of all, you have your good. You know, the good outweigh the bad. I think the only thing I did was just put a target on my back. That's all. I just put a target on my back. But the thing about it is, I like when all the attention on me. So it's like, it don't matter, you know?
Yeah, and people was out here taking shots. Like,
yeah, that's crazy.
shots.
They was mad. Like,
Yes.
they was mad.
Absolutely.
Seriously mad. Like, I couldn't believe it did all that. What you say? I was just sitting in my corner, just in my pocket, just watching. You know, but I mean, we here now. My album called King R&B.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you go ahead and do that. So
Yeah.
that adds like a little salt to the injury here.
Yeah.
You know? Did you get, when it comes to the negativity, were you surprised by some of the negativity that you got?
Definitely. I was surprised by some of my peers. You know what I'm saying? I was definitely surprised by some peers, you know, but, you know, true colors show.
Right.
Feel me? But I was definitely surprised by certain people that, you know, I was like, oh, I thought you would have rolled with it.
Like they kind of turned their back on you a little bit.
Yeah, kind of like fake love. You know what I'm saying? Fake love, that's all.
Right. So you said there were pros and cons. Like, what were the pros and what were the cons?
The pros was I brung R&B to the conversation again, to the forefront. Like, you know, I made it a real conversation. Like, that was a big pro, and my name come up every time.
Right.
You know, they had me all over the TVs, the news. This stuff was everywhere. I couldn't believe it was like that.
Yeah.
But like I say, on the con side, the bad side is like every time I go, I don't want that to overshadow my music. You know, I don't want me saying I'm the King R&B to overshadow my talents. You know, because I know sometimes people could be turned off by your attitude, but I don't never want people to think that I'm arrogant or cocky. I'm just confident. And today you barely see a lot of confident people. So when you see a confident person, it make you think, oh, he arrogant. But honestly, he just know himself. That's all it is. You know, I just know who I am, and I'm confident. You know, you can't tell me nothing about myself. You feel me?
When you made that statement, did you see a direct impact in your music sales?
Honestly, I don't watch the numbers, but I know 4275 is gold or almost gold. And I think the numbers was like at a stagnant or something, but I think after that, everything took back off.
Yeah, because I would think there's probably people, maybe some older people, that are like, who's this young guy doing this, saying this? Because you had like the Keith Sweats.
Yeah,
you had
that's
the
my dog.
Ushers.
Yeah, that's my
you
dog.
had like the OGs of R&B chiming in here.
Yeah.
You know, so Tank, I remember
Yeah.
Tank said something. So I could imagine someone who may not have been familiar with your music, that's not in our generation, being like, who's this kid about?
Right.
You know, and then becoming exposed or put onto your music at that point. You know, so do you have any regrets about that time?
No regrets.
Okay.
Like, I don't have no regrets. You know, I'm glad I did what I did. People thought it was a marketing scheme. Like, they thought my label had told me to do it, my management. They thought, like, this was a plan we did. But it wasn't a plan. It was just me, just chilling. They had just said it on the radio. I forgot what station it was. I was leaving a show, and they was like, man, Jacquees just ripped the stage, man. If you got kids or anything, you know, college kids, young kids, whatever, they was like, man, he the king of R&B for this generation. And I was just like, what? I was like, what'd he say?
Wow.
Put it on my phone, and this is where it came from.
You were like, yeah, that's me.
For sure. Facts. I was like, that's me, man. I had to claim it, you know what I'm saying?